So this is the final look of the dress. It came out really beautiful despite the fact that I used lining for this. The down part is lining while the upper part is doll face. So you just need touches for this, or a very light touches or crepe. So this video is going to have part 2. This is the part 1. It's too long, so I don't want to upload it the same time. Hello guys, good day and welcome back to my channel. My name is Goody. So today we'll be making this drape shirt dress. It's the down part, the skirt part has a drape, and we are going to be using a slash and spread method for that. Then the upper part is just a shirt that is the half length, is just a shirt that's attached to the skirt. So we'll be cutting that. You before doing this, you'll be needing your pattern paper. So I'm using a lining because I don't have a pattern paper. So whatever you use, but make sure that you're drafting on the pattern paper before placing it on your fabric. So I have my front pattern and my back pattern. You're going to be drafting this on fold. This is on fold. The front will be on fold and the back will be on fold also. So what I did, just your normal skirt pattern, I removed my half length, which is 16, to get my full length, which is 39. So I'm removing 17 inches to get a length of 39. So once you have that 39, you're going to get, I use 8 inches. I went up by 8 inches for my um hip location. So once you are done doing that, you are going to also take your hip circumference. My hip circumference is divided 44 divided by 4 is 11. Then I added extra 4 inches to the hip. Please watch what I'm saying. I added extra 4 inches to the hip. Then the waist, I got my waist circumference, which is 32 divided by 4, which is 8. Then I added 1 inch allowance. You just need 1 inch allowance for this. So let me take you guys again. My hip is this 8, then extra 1 inch allowance. So I made a mistake and added extra 1 inch allowance. So you're going to connect it to that. Remember, your hip is, you're adding extra 4 inches allowance, then your waist is just 1. Why you are adding 4 inches allowance is because the skirt part, the hip part is free. If it's not free, you may not really get that split. When you wear it, you will not see that the plate will not be really obvious. So it's just, the person is just to add extra 4 to 5 inches allowance to your hip. So whatever you have on this your hip, you bring it down. So the total amount I have here, I brought it down, then just minus 1 inch just to give it a little pencil effect, but you don't even need to minus anything. So that is just it. Then my back is just my zipper allowance, and that's what I have here. So I'll be cutting the excess out, then we are going to proceed to slashing it. So I'm going to place and cut out extra fabric that I have on the waist. So I'll place it very well, then cut it. So the hip looks somehow funny because you added extra inches under the waist, so that's why it's looking like this. So that's why the hip is looking like this. So after this, I'm going to, this hip line, I'm going to open this up, then extend the hip line very well. I'll open this part up, then extend the hip line very well. So it's 8 inches. I'm just making sure that I have a straight line. So I'll place the back aside. So I'll go down by 8 inches just to make sure that I have a straight line. So I'll just extend the lines very well. So this is my hip line. I also have label it hip. This is the front part. I will remove anything that is on the table so that I can work. So you are going to apply this your glue to the hip. Once you get to the hip, you have to stop. Then get your front pattern, the hip part. Make sure the hip is placed on the hip. So don't close up the waist because it will not be easy to close up the waist. You're not closing up the waist right now. So hip is placed on the hip. So once you place it, you're going to comb it very well. So the best thing to use is your tape, solo tape. So this is it. I place it, allow it to dry. I'm going to place it very well, then allow it to dry. Then this is one part of the skirt part. So the other hip, I'll also do the same. I'll also do the same thing here. Just place hip to hip. Sorry, my this thing will not really contain everything, but at least you are seeing what I'm doing. Just hip, as if you are joining it hip to hip. So this, you are closing up the side. So I'll apply my gum and close up this side and show you guys the next thing to do. So I'm here. I'm done joining the both sides. Allow it to dry because if it doesn't dry, almost I've tried up. I'll just allow this part to dry. Let me see. Okay, this other part is good to cook. It's like I'm going to be doing this on the floor so that it will be very, very noticeable. So I'm going to place it on the floor. So this is what you will have once I've done that series. So I said so that the camera will get everything. So the next thing to do after this is to, because we want to join the waist parts together. So this is the front, this is the two side, that is the two back. So what you're going to do, you're going to slash this point from the back. Like from the zipper allowance, you're going to slash it. You're going to slash it this way. Stop half inch. Don't slash it through. So once you slash it this way, half inch before the end point. So because I'm using the, just don't slash it through. So you're going to match the waist together this way. So while you slash it, for you to be able to join the waist, don't mind the allowance that you're going to have here. Yeah, this place is going to be open, but it doesn't matter. Just join the waist back together. So I'm going to apply my gum and join the waist together, just like you join the other part. So I'll get my gum. Cutting on the floor is not really easy. So this is it. I've applied my gum, so I'm going to match it together. So you match it and allow it to stick very well. So you do the same thing to this other part. So you do the same thing, then I'll show you the next thing to do. You just, so once you have it like this, please ignore this funny look. Like the waist part is giving this funny look. It's because of the plenty allowance you added on the hip part without adding on the waist. That's why the look is like this, but we are still going to achieve the same thing. But it has like a joining. The front part has like a joining that has split up like that. So we are going to be doing that. I want mine to be on the left hand side. So when you open your fabric, this is your left hand side. That's the right side of your fabric is facing up. So it means that this is your left hand side. So here I'm going to mark, just like you're marking your nipple to nipple. So I'm going to mark 4 inches. I'm going to mark 4 inches from the waist down to the down part. That is the hemming line. So I'm marking 4 inches. So I'll mark 4 inches throughout. Then I'll connect it. From the center line, please, we are going to start marking from the center line. Really, cutting on the floor is not easy. Please ignore my jaga hair. So this is it. I didn't know that I was going to be cutting this on the floor. I just want the camera to get everything. So this is like my dark line. I'm going to slit it open. Once you're done getting this, you're going to separate it, slit it open. It doesn't have any this thing. It doesn't have any curve. It doesn't have any front curve, but you can just give it any curve that you want from this hemming part. I don't want to give it any curve. So this is what I have now. So I'm going to place this aside, then work on this part. Once you are done with that, we are going to be working on the slash line. I'm going to start working on the slash line. It doesn't have any measurement, but you can just give it 2 inches or 3 inches. So here now, this hip line, I'll just connect. I'll just connect this way. You can just start working on maybe using your curve to connect it. I'm going to curve this way. So once you are done with that, then I'm just going to be taking it one after the other. I'll just use my free hand. So I'm going to stop maybe 10 inches before the full length. Here I have 9 inches, which is okay. So 9 inches before the full length. I'm stopping on 9 inches before the full length. I just said 9 inches before the full length. So this is not long. So I'll continue my slashing here. I'm using freehand because of the way I'm just making it up because of the way I'm kneeling down. So it's not really it's not painful. So this is what I have. Ignore this line. So you're going to like maybe just make a curve and all that. So this one is somehow big. I'm going to divide it. So this is what I have. If I'm slashing, this is what I'm going to slash. So I'll make the same line here too. I'll make the same line. I'm going to make the same line first, second, third, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I have a total of 7 lines. So I'm going to extend the lines very well. So this is what I have. I'm going to start slashing it. So I'll do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is what I have. I'm going to start slashing it now. So I'm going to slash it. What's how I'm going to slash it? So this is the first line. I'm slashing it through. I'm slashing it through. So this is what I have. I'm going So I wanted to use a white Duchess for this, but I noticed that the Duchess is too thick. You don't use something that is too thick for this. So I'm using this, they call it stock lining or bar lining or whatsoever. This is what maybe plain something that I have here. It may not really give me this type, but I'm just making this for the show. And I would have used a smaller material, but I want maybe after making it, I'll wear it for you guys to see how it looks. So that's why I'm trying to make it myself. But apart from that, I'll just make it and wear the clothes you wear on the mannequin and the one you put on may not really give you the same fitting because mannequin you pin it to fit the mannequin, but when you wear it on your body to give you the exact look. So that's what I want to achieve here. I want you guys to see the actual outcome. So that's why I'm trying to make it to my size, but not really to my taste. Because if I'm making this for myself, I'm going to give 4 inches space. But here I have like 2.5 inches space because I'm trying to manage the fabric. So this is 2.5 inches space. If you're making yours, you can give up to 4 inches space, 3 inches space. It depends on how full you want the plate to be. So this is 2.5 inches space. So I'm just placing it, just place it according to how you have it. So this is it. I'm just trying to place it in a way that it will be enough for the other one. So I'll place this side also. Make sure that I have like up to 2.5 inches. So this is 5. You remember that I numbered it. This is 5 and this is the sixth one. And they may not really be on the same, they may not really give you the same. Like when you're placing it, you know the hip part. This is where that hip cut started from. So this place will give you a longer space, a wider space, but which is still okay. So this is the space that I have here. I'm just praying for you to be able to give me this second one. So because I'm here to cut this. So if it doesn't give me, I may just join extra fabric. So this is the seventh one. This is the seventh one. I'm going to place it. Make sure you're placing it according to the number. So then I'll get the last one and place it also. Making sure that it aligns. Maybe it has the center line, that joining line, making sure that it's equal. Make sure that the center line is equal with the rest. I don't have enough fabric, so I'm just trying to manage this. So this is the last one. This is the last one also. Oh, this will not give me this really last one. So this is the last one. I'll place it. So once you are done placing it, you're going to give it 1 inch allowance or half inch allowance around, then cut it out. So I'll just do that and cut it out. So this is what I have. Like, look at the joining line. It's just, it aligns very well. So I'm going to cut it out. So this is what aligns very well. The front and the back because it's just a plain lining. Remove all this. I'm going to keep this because I'm going to be making this dress for myself when I get a nice fabric. I'll place this aside. So this is the first print I have here. So when you plait, this is how it's going to look. This is why you need a lighter fabric. So this front part, I'm just going to gather it. Then the back part, I'll just plait it. So this is it. So here is the second one which I've not draping on it. It's the same length with the first one as the first one. So you're going to get the same length, not your own. So we'll place this aside. Then we'll be cutting the upper part. So we'll have two pieces for the down part. So like I said, I'm going to make this dress for myself with a nice fabric. I'm going to place this aside and keep it. Then get another fabric and make it for myself. Because this is just for the story. So these are two pieces for the dress that we are making. So this is two pieces. Please not to indicate the side of the front part. So this is what I have. This is what I have. So this is what I have. I'm going to trim this part very well. It's no problem. I'm going to trim it. So this is the two pieces for the front. I'm going to put it. Then move on the upper part. So I'll mark out once we fold it like this. I have this two is showing that I have two for the back and the front. So I'm going to mark out the zipper. It has a zipper allowance and a button stand. So I'm going to mark out 1.5 inches for the button allowance. Then I want 1 inch for the button. The zipper allowance, I'll trim off the remaining half inch when I'm done. So I'm marking out 1 inch for button stand, also to serve as a zipper allowance. So once you have it like this, I'm going to connect it with a straight line. So I'll iron this part to make sure that I have it. So once you're done having it like this, I'm now going to get my half length, which is 17 inches plus half inch joining allowance. That means I'm going to have 17.5, which this place now is giving me 17.5. So I have 17.5 here. So the next thing I'm going to take is my shoulder measurement. My shoulder at 5 by 2 is 7.5. If you look at it very well, it has a little, if you look at it very well, it has a little shoulder, what is it called? Extended shoulder. So I'm going to extend it by 6 inches. This shoulder part, I'm extending it by 6 inches. Look at where I'm taking my measurements from on this button stand. So on the button stand, I got my shoulder measurement, which is 7.5. Then it has an extended sleeve. Then I extended my sleeve by 6 inches. Then on this 6 inches, I'm going to go down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. So on that shoulder slope line, I'm getting my armhole opening. So I'm using 8.5 for the armhole opening or 9 inches. It depends on how wide you want your armhole. So I'm using 9 inches for the armhole opening. So on this half length line, I'm getting my waist from this button stand. I'm getting my waist divided by 4, like 8 inches. Then extra 3 inches allowance because I'm going to pleat it a little, just a little pleat, or extra 4 inches allowance. I added extra 4 inches allowance, just like the first one we made. So I'll check the total I have here. I have 14 inches from the shoulder, from shoulder line to the extension. I have total 14 inches. So I'm going to mark that 14 inches, then give it this kind of curve. So I'll connect from here to the waist with this, like a curve like this. Do you see the way I connected it? So it may not really give you a fitted curve because of this allowance I'm going to add. So here I'm going to come in on this line now, coming in by half inch just to get a better sleeve curve. So this is what I have. It's 13.5, I'll just make it 14 inches. So this is what I have here. This is how it's going to look. So I'm going to cut it out, then explain it again. So this is how it's going to look. I'm going to cut it out. Make sure that everything is equal. And I'm cutting this way. Just like the last dress we made, the last tutorial I posted, this is how it's going to look. So this is how it's going to look. So I'm going to do my neckline. So this is a shirt. My neck width is going to be 2.5 inches. Back depth is going to be 1, and front depth is going to be 2.5 inches or 3 inches. Let me 3 inches for the front depth. So I'll connect. Then I'll also connect this way. Then I'll do my shoulder globe. So this is it. This is what I have. I'm going to cut this out properly. I'm only going to cut the back neckline, then separate it from the front before cutting. I will notch the zipper allowance for the back. I'll also notch the space for the back. Then I'll separate it. So here is the back and here is the front. So I'm going to cut my front neckline now. Place it and make sure that everything is equal. So this is what I have. Then I will notch it. Then slit it open. So this the front is ready. There's nothing else to do to this place. Here's how the front is going to look like. So here is the front. Here's the front. I'll go to my machine and fold in the button stand. and make sure that I have 1 inch after folding it. Then for the back, I'm going to slit it open also. I'm going to slit it open. Then minus that 1 inch, half inch at the zipper allowance, so that we'll have just 1 inch instead of 1.5 inches for the zipper allowance. So after minusing it, we are going to remove any zipper bulge so that it will not, because we're adding zipper at the back. So at this back line, I'm going to go up by 1 inch and connect it slantly to this place, just this way. That will help you to remove any bulging at the back. So I'm going to cut it off. So this is what I have. So the back is just to join the zipper allowance. So I will do all that and show you guys next.